In the life of each one of us, our children are an invaluable gift from God. They are a reflection of His love and goodness, and it is our duty to guide and protect them with the same love He has for us. However, in this uncertain world filled with challenges, we often feel unsure about how to fulfill this important role as parents and caregivers. This is where the transformative power of prayer comes in. Praying for our children is not only a way to draw closer to God, but also a way to invoke His divine protection over them, asking for their well-being, health, wisdom, and peace. Prayer is an act of faith and trust that, although we cannot control everything happening around them, we can fully trust that God is caring for them and will guide them on their journey. The importance of praying for our children is a deeply Christian principle that invites us to see life not only from our human perspective, but from the perspective of an all-seeing, all-powerful, and loving God. When we pray for our children, we are acknowledging that we are not the only ones responsible for their future, that not everything is in our hands, and that, while we do our best, we need divine help and protection. In a world that is constantly changing, where values and principles seem to be more and more relative and volatile, it is essential that our children grow with a solid foundation that can only be found in God. Prayer connects us to that foundation. The act of praying for our children not only has a spiritual impact, but also strengthens our own faith. As parents, when we kneel to speak to God about the needs of our children, we realize that we are not alone in this task. On the contrary, we are supported by a much greater force than any human effort. Moreover, prayer helps us become more aware of our own weaknesses and limitations. It reminds us that, although our love for them is immense, we are not infallible. We need divine wisdom to guide them in this world full of temptations and distractions. The power of prayer lies in its ability to transform situations and hearts. As parents, we sometimes face moments of despair or concern, whether due to our children's health, their decisions, or even the emotional and spiritual challenges they may face. In those moments, prayer becomes a refuge. We not only ask God to take care of our children, but also thank Him for the blessings He has already given them. Gratitude is an essential component of prayer, as it helps us maintain a positive and trusting attitude toward the Lord. It is important to understand that praying for our children does not mean everything will be easy or that our children will never face difficulties. In fact, life is full of trials and challenges. However, prayer gives our children spiritual covering. It strengthens them in times of difficulty, and provides peace in the midst of the storm. The Bible teaches us that if we trust in God and surrender our worries to Him, He will give us peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding. This peace is what we need to face daily life with hope, confidence, and courage. In addition to protecting and guiding our children, praying for them also impacts their spiritual development. When we pray for their lives, we are planting seeds of faith in their hearts. Even if they are still young, prayer has the power to touch their hearts and open their minds to God's presence. As they grow, these prayers continue to serve as a solid foundation in their spiritual lives, something they will remember in times of need. The seed of faith we plant today can bear fruit throughout their entire lives. Prayer also plays a crucial role in shaping our children's character. As we pray for them, we teach them to seek divine guidance, to surrender to God's will, and to trust in His plan for their lives. Prayer teaches them to be humble, to depend on God at all times, and to recognize that they cannot do everything on their own. Through prayer, they learn to speak to God personally and sincerely, to express their needs, fears, and desires, and to listen for His voice. This provides them not only with a sense of purpose but also with the strength they need to face the challenges life will present. It is crucial that we not only pray for our children but also teach them to pray. Through example, we show them how to enter God's presence and speak to Him from the heart. Prayer is not just a religious act, it is a way of life. Children learn more from what they see than from what they hear, so when they see their parents pray, they learn to value prayer and recognize its importance in their daily lives. If parents make prayer a priority in their homes, then children will value it too. When we pray for our children, we are not just asking for their material and physical well-being, but also for their emotional and spiritual well-being. In a world filled with uncertainties, where social and cultural pressures can be overwhelming, our children need divine support and guidance more than ever. Prayer provides them with an internal source of strength that allows them to resist life's difficulties and remain firm in their faith. When we pray for their health, well-being, wisdom, and protection, we are asking God to provide them with the tools they need to navigate the world with integrity and love. As Christian parents, it is our responsibility to create an environment at home that fosters faith and spirituality. Praying together as a family is not only an act of devotion but also a way to strengthen family bonds. It is an opportunity to share God's blessings and to recognize His sovereignty over our lives. Through prayer, we can teach our children to depend on God at all times, to seek His will in their decisions, and to trust that He has a perfect plan for them. In this way, we are not only protecting them, but also laying a spiritual foundation that will accompany them throughout their lives. It is important that when we pray for our children, we not only ask for them in times of difficulty. We must also pray in times of joy, thanking God for the blessings He has given them. Gratitude is an essential part of Christian life, and it helps us maintain a positive perspective in all circumstances. By teaching our children to be thankful and recognize God's blessings in their lives, we are helping them develop an attitude of humility and contentment, qualities essential for living a full and satisfying life. Praying for our children is one of the most powerful and meaningful acts we can do as parents. It helps us recognize that, although we have a great responsibility in their lives, we are not alone. God is with us, guiding and protecting us. By praying for them, we are giving them spiritual covering that will help them grow in wisdom, faith, and love. We are showing them the way to a personal relationship with God, a relationship that will accompany them throughout their lives. There is no greater gift we can give them than the blessing of prayer and the certainty that, at all times, God cares for them. If you enjoyed this content, I invite you to follow the channel and subscribe for more reflections like this. Thank you for your support and for being part of this community of faith. God bless you.